Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Pentiment. Last time we left off, we were over here speaking to Black Till about the history of Tassing, and we got some information about it, and I managed to convince him to go into the salt mines with me, or help me go into the salt mines rather. And we got an update on Fabian, farmer, husband of Ursula, father of Walpurga. Don't think I've seen you before. I'll need some tools to help me get down the mineshaft safely. I bet Baltus has something that can help me. Apollo and Artemis are always up to no good around the salt mine. I should ask them if they know a safe way down the shaft. Okay, I can probably do both of these things. It seems like we're not pressed for time as much as we were before, which is nice, so I can kind of do as many of these things as I want, so... why don't we... ask around about a few more of these things before I go into the salt mine. So, yeah, let's go talk to Martin's family. I can write to Matthew. So, Altz is right here. There's a few more characters to talk to. I believe I talked to all of you last time, so we don't need to do that, but we can go down here to Brigida's. Hey, Brigida. We haven't spoken to you since, you know. Magdalene, how are you doing? Eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. Certain it'll be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how's your dad? You're the only one asking... You're one of the only people asking... who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. Mind is fading, I pray for him. You're one of the only people who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. You know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears beneath the needs of the person you're looking after. Worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. Yeah, it is always really, really difficult being the sole caregiver of someone that's going through that. I believe God will pull your dad through. Whatever the doctor says, we need him. I don't know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene, believe me. You may feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? I'd have to get married. You remember what happened to Otelia. Dad would want me to keep up the printing press. I truly don't know. I can't think that far ahead right now. I'd have to get married. You remember what happened to Otelia. That poor woman. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. You must mean aughts. I promise you I did not. I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. There's not a single young man of quality in this town. Not even young aughts? He's about as subtle as his father, God rest Otto's soul. I miss him. Otts doesn't know what he wants. Someday I'm amazed he can button his own pants. Let's not say that, too. I wish I'd got to meet him. Properly, I mean. Made impression, that's for certain. All the girls around town know better than the moon after him, though that didn't stop some of us. He was Eva's from the start. As Otts appears to be yours. Apparently liking blondes is just in the family. But if nothing ever comes of that, know you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have it as a daughter. I guess I'll consider it. I'm not sure we're a good match. I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer to decide in my own time. I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer to decide in my own time. Alright, I'll let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing, but if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. Is that what you did? Oh. Oh. I don't know if we're doing that, Magdalene. I want to make friends in this town. It's not working out. How can you be sure? A couple longs together. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Maybe I'll never get married. Maybe I'll never get married. Without a husband and children who will care for you when you're old. The Lord made us from Adam's ribs because he meant us to be part of men. You'd be lonely to never know that fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. I don't care about my life. I just want to take care of my dad. You're not the first person to tell me so. You're not the first person to tell me so. It's because your elders are wise, Magda. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said? Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin's supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. You know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left behind when he ran off. He went through all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along. Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. Sure, he realized no one would believe he'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding the stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. Never read it, though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I'd like to read it to my dad. I need to reference it for the mural. Let's not lie to you. And won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town. They'll think I got the ideas from them. Oh, alright. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. Stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell me when I had this. Ah, Historia Tassier. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigida. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigida. Until later. I wonder if I could have found that as evidence before, and then maybe it wouldn't be available now. Well, I found it. We got the Historia. Gave me the copy of the Historia Tassier that Martin had stolen when the Baron visited Tassing. She was nervous, but eventually let me keep the book. I should sit down and read it thoroughly soon. Perhaps I'll learn something for the mural. Okay, well that's good. And we're, of course, being set up with everybody because, you know, that's what happens at this time period. You're a single woman and everyone's trying to set you up with somebody. Yeah, and I mean, the stuff that happened with Atilia was horrible. I feel like I would rather get out of Tassing than just marry myself off, though. Juta, Hetty. Hey, Hetty. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? Here you browbeat the council and letting you do it yourself. Heard about the council. I only want to finish the mural for my dad. Took some work, but I convinced them to let me paint the roundhouse. They didn't have a chance against me once I set my mind to it. Ha! That's the spirit. It's good to see you standing strong against those stubborn bastards. God may have made man from dust, but I swear he left some of them with rocks for brains too. Did you know Jorg was by to check on my hinges? I've had about enough of their silly projects. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you settle down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. If you like him, I think we could learn to live together. I think I'd rather marry for love. Odds I'm not going to marry him. It's hard to think of my future right now with what happened to my dad. I think I'd rather marry for love, Hetty. Love comes in time, Magdalene, you'll see. Besides, that Otz is a good boy. He could do worse. I could do better. But you're always going to forge another path, just like your mother. I have no use for the world beyond Tassing, but I wish you luck in it. Thanks, Hetty. I'll see you later. Till then. Yeah, we're really shoving Otz to the side here. Want nothing to do with it. Hey, Magdalene. Heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. Suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer household's praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Judah as well. Oh well, Oz has always been such a bedrock at Tassing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, sorry. It's fine. I fear it as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kinda. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing... Yeah. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Oh yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. Can imagine how she could have been like, stubborn and unruly, yeah? All I know... But can I know if I'm actually like my mom? All I have are stories from people. That's what it takes. I don't see people of wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. I'm not stubborn and unruly. That is what it takes. I don't see people of wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. Guess not, but we know what happened 18 years ago. Can understand why the town council's careful. I don't know, I'm not smart like you, Magdalene. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. Truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Till later, Simon. Hans? Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. Hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Thank you. I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things, but we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health, too. Pray you're right. Glad you have this time with him, I'd say. Wish I'd have as much with Helwig. Anyway, should get back to it. Till later, Hans. Goodbye. Alright, now we're gonna go see the Gertners! I still can't believe Peter is kicking. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? What's that? Can I talk to you for a moment? No, I'm not gonna scream at you. I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing. Oh, the old tales, It's been so damn long since anyone had the thought to ask me what I know. There's still a few old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Do you know any Roman legends about Tassing? Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before St. Moritz ever set a blessed foot in town. Father Thomas says that the only good spirit is the Holy Ghost. Everything else is the devil. That spirits only cause trouble, spilling milk, making livestock sick, things like that. What sort of spirits? Sort that I'm getting at. Did your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's perched on our wild hunt that scare them evil ones away. They protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Raidus. Now folks weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Raidus' people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Raidus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Why would he do that? Wolves kill livestock. Carl told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves left lunch. Sounds like Raidus was a bad chieftain too. Even I know his foolhardy little wolf loose when you're hunting. Was the wolf a spirit in disguise? Of course not. Wolves are wolves, girl. Spirits don't need the skins of animals for their power. Still, you got the sense of the thing. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and perched as the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Urchta saw Raidus' action and took favor on him. Told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Yeah, we've heard this story from Till before. Raidus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. So this is a third version of the story told by Till, and in the story of St. Moritz and everything. And those goddamn Romans came and destroyed everything, you see? So we have the Roman version, we have the pagan version, and we have the church's version. And there were other gods protecting this place before St. Moritz. Why, a few of us still are on her perch. She protects us against witches and fiends. Wonderful story. Perfect for the first part of the mural. But God protects us from spirits and devils now. We don't need perched. Our salvation is in Christ. Just sounds like a story told to children. It's a wonderful story. Perfect for the first part of the mural. Good, good. Nice to know I can still be of some use in this town. What about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends? I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We spent generation after generation building Tassing back up from those days. Still, our tradition keeps dying with no one to carry them on. Yeah. Only Ursula's giving a damn about them these days. Yeah, because I encouraged Ursula. Yeah, because I encouraged Ursula to get interested in her culture and everything. That's super cool. Another detail that's continuing from Andreas. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural, I'm fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright, alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. Little Ursula used to sit by me years ago and listen to everything about the old customs. Too busy for that now, of course, but you might talk to her. She might remember more than I do now. Used to listen to the widow, too. Old Ottilia knows more about the old ways than any of us. I'm tired. Talking so much made my jaw ache. Leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Huh. Well, that was useful. Okay, we got a lot of information about that, and I am interested in the culture of the town. So yeah, because we told Ursula to be interested in her past and the culture of her people and everything, she did take an interest in it and start talking to Peter and stuff. Cool. Magdalene, how are the hinges on your doors? Yes, everybody that. Fine, I guess. Maybe Andreas should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but, well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. Is that something the council is worried about? I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Really, Jorg, if you want an excuse to snoop in people's homes, just invite yourself over for supper? No, let's not be mean. Didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Oh, it's not my interest in particular. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. Does seem a bit nosy to me. Why not just let folks take care of themselves? It's my thinking too. I don't see why we need to make this whole thing official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. Do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. See you later, Jorg. It's interesting, this time period in small towns and stuff like this. Yeah, when people's houses were damaged or destroyed or something like that, everyone in the town kind of pitched in to help. It reminds me of, I watched the TV series for Anne with an E, and there's a part in that, and it's something I never thought about before, but you know, before fire departments, especially in small towns, when somebody's house caught on fire, everyone in town just grabbed their buckets and started pailing water and trying to put the fire out themselves, because of course, but it's something you don't think about until you actually see it in practice, so it's just interesting how much of a sense of community you kind of needed to have back then. It was kind of required. You needed the community to support you and everything. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural going? Hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. No, the council has let me work for the most part. I think Oz has something to do with that. Has he said anything to you about it? Huh, mainly he's relieved that they don't need to make a decision about the matter anymore. He runs the farm just fine, but being on the council has made him think he has a say in everything going on in Tassing. Town business is all he talks about these days. Those men are bad influences on each other if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? They're just trying to keep the town in order. The council are just old men looking to feel important. To be fair, if your hinges creak, the door's integrity is at stake. Yes, well, I don't need to check every door in my house every year like it's a feast day. There's a creaky hinge, I'll hear it. Anyway, I think it's good for you to be working on the mural. Wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. I haven't seen them recently. Maybe they went to mess around in the forest. Maybe they wandered... They like to mess around in the forest. Maybe they wandered off there. This town isn't that big. I don't know where they get to that I can't find them. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because they named them after Greek gods. Says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. Names do have power, though. Maybe the spirits of the gods are affecting the twins. I don't think anything will stop the twins from going their own way of life. Names only have so much power, only have as much power as we allow them to have. Can every Greek name really invoke pagan gods? Maybe you're right. Father Thomas spends too much time in his books. Besides, he'd be in a poor state, Father Thomas the Doubter. Anyway, I'd better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Thanks, Veronica. Until later. Okay. Hi, Clara. Hello, Magdalene, dear. How are you? How's Klaus? Klaus. It's hard to know for certain. One day he seems well, and the next I can hardly understand his words. Neither of us are doing well. I'm having trouble coping with the stress. Dad's been hard to understand recently. Oh, God, I keep praying for you both. Both of you deserve the best. Life's been hard enough for you already. Please let me know if you need any help around the house. I'd be happy to help. Well, thank you, Clara. That's very kind of you. I've been so busy in the rat house, I've let the house go a bit. Once again, this is another thing, from Anne with an E, that is also a similar thing. Yeah, the idea that, like, if someone's, you know, prime caretaker of the house kind of dies or something, other people will help pick up the slack, which is once again interesting. Well, thank you, Clara. That's very kind of you. It's been so busy in the rat house, I've let the house go a bit. Not to worry, I'll come by and help. Besides, then we can chat, and chatter makes chores pass quickly. With all my children up and grown and no husband to care for anymore, I've got to make myself useful somehow. York is still in the house. Why bother? You can spend your days relaxing. Aren't you enjoying it? I heard that Peter was, well, crazy. No, let's not say that. Big York is still in the house, though, isn't he? Oh, yes, but he's a grown man with children of his own. He and Veronica are capable of caring for their own household now. Ava's taking care of Otz, and Ursula and Fabian have their own life together. They don't need me anymore. You sound sad. Oh, well, I suppose I am. Thank God that my children are all grown and prospering, but I do feel there's been something missing in my life. After so many years attending to them and maintaining a home, I don't know what else to do. I understand. I wouldn't know what to do if I couldn't keep working in the printing press. I'd always find something new to do. Keep busy by helping Gret in the bakery or something. Yeah, help Gret in the bakery. Jorg has been telling me to rest more, but you're right. I'd rather keep busy as long as there's life left in these old bones. Well, that's settled. I'll come over to help around the house soon, alright? I'll see you then, Clara. God bless you, Magdalene. Okay, anything going on in the bedroom? You never know, we might find, I don't know, a book on necromancy hanging out up here or something. Alright, let's get out of here then. Nice to speak to you all, Gertners. Good to speak to you. Okay, so now we can get back to the town commons. So I've spoken to Peter. So we're running out of things to do here. Told me a story about our ancestors and how they found Tassing. Radus was a lord or a chieftain among our people. During a hunt he found a wolf, but he noticed the wolf's paw was injured by a trap. He spared the wolf's life, and he got his perch to use the wolf to guide Radus and his people to Tassing Spring. Tribe settled in this valley and lived here until the Romans came. It's more myth than history, but it certainly makes for a nice story. Yeah, it is very similar to the other stories we've heard. Alright, so now I need to go see Ursula. Because Ursula will give me more information about, stuff. So, don't need to talk to any of you. I've talked to all of you before. I guess I could just hit you again just to make sure. But, I'm pretty sure you all have nothing new to say. No, no, no. Okay. So, Fabian, Ursula. Really? Nothing? I was told to talk to you. Interesting. I would have expected you had something for me. Okay, well let's, maybe just go talk to Baltus then? Maybe just talk to Baltus. Because we've been everywhere here. Yeah, let's go up here and talk to Baltus while we're around. You don't have anything else to say? We're taking out some of these tasks. Let's see, the bakery. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you, Gret, but just to be sure, yeah. Thank you for blessing me. Cool, cool. Carl, nothing, and we don't need to go in there. Werner, can I talk to you maybe? Are you hanging out in here? No? Alright, so just speak to Baltus then. The Isenkopf house. Still nothing from you? Natsu? Alright, Balthazar. Magdalene, hello! I was just jotting down a few new ideas. Did you need something? Yes, if you have a moment. I need to get into the old salt mine, but I don't have a way down. Can you help me? To get into the salt mine, yes. You must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft. That might take a while. Well, I would like to go in today if possible. Of course, of course. Would a good length of rope suffice? You could race it against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent! Thank you, Baltus. Of course, here you go. Do be careful though, make sure the ropes are secure. Oh well, till later. Good luck, Magdalene! Okay, there we go. Got the rope that we need for that. Okay, what else do we have to get an update on? So that's that. I still need to go speak to Smokey, and then I basically just need to go down there. But we might check in on some of these other characters as well. So... yeah, I can go check in on everyone else, too. They mentioned... you mentioned Atelia. I'm guessing Atelia's gone? Atelia was pretty old before. You mentioned Ursula probably learned some things from Atelia, so I thought I was going to be speaking to Ursula to get information from that, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, actually. Let's go see if we can talk to Dad, actually. Klaus? Let's see what you're up to. Don't know how much longer you're going to be around, so I gotta talk to you while I can. Magdalene. Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Can I get you anything? Oh no, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. Alright, I checked on you at least. Good, good, good. Okay, so... and then out of here... like I said, I think I've checked everything here. Let's go see Father Thomas. The main suspect. Haven't seen anything else out of Amalier. Hey, Thomas. Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. What were you doing, Thomas? And you, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. Consecrated elements of communion, also called the Lord's Supper or Holy Communion. In Catholicism, the Eucharist refers to the bread and wine after they have been transubstantiated into the body and blood of Christ. Yep, I remember drinking the grape juice and the, having the little crackers. Back in the day. Is that very bad? Can you borrow some from the poor Claris? Well, it's only bread, right? Surely Gret wouldn't mind baking an extra loaf. Philip Melanchthon writes that the bread and wine is symbolic of Christ's sacrifice. Can't you just get another loaf? Let's go ahead and get this. Protestant reformer known for establishing the doctrine of justification by faith and rejecting the Catholic sacrament of penance as well as transubstantiation. Bread and wine is symbolic. Can't you just get another loaf? Sure, I could find a way to get the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Absolutely not. It won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. Even for a righteous purpose, I don't like the prospect of it. Why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalene? Balthus taught me. Sometimes the mechanisms and inventions get stuck. I have to fix them. All women do. It's just a matter of being a good wife. We have to be able to manage our family finances. Balthus taught me. Sometimes the mechanisms in his inventions get stuck. I have to fix them. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mr. Struckren. Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. Find that key eventually. Won't leave Tassing's sanctification at risk. Keep an eye out for it, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. Please let me know if you have any ideas as to where it might be. God bless you. Maler, there you are! Wonder if his sister Maler has seen the tabernacle key anywhere. Should talk with her. I was hoping I would see you. Hello. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Amalie. What brings you to the church this time of day? Lighting another votive candle for your father? Small candles lit during prayer in churches, symbolizing a specific offering or request on the behalf of the prayer giver. I was hoping to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas's tabernacle key anywhere? He's misplaced it. I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Though I did hear the 2 Gertner children come in last evening. I did not rise, but I heard their whispering for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't think anything of it. Many people come into the church throughout the week. This is a sacred space, and the people of Tassing respect it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. I imagine the twins may have stolen it because Father Thomas keeps talking shit about their names. Why tell me this now? Because while I do not make a habit of meddling, I know that those 2 do. And because you said that Father Thomas had lost his key. Their intentions last night may have been pure. If not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. You're right. I'll mention that the next time I see them as a sister in Christ. Of course. I can have a chat with them. They're always getting into trouble. Maybe I'll just tell Father Thomas they took the key. No. Of course. I might go have a chat with them. I advise that you do what you feel is right in your heart. Thank you, sister. God bless you. God bless you, Magdalene. Okay, the eavesdropper. My god, we're getting a lot of quests in progress here. Father Thomas told me that the key to the tabernacle went missing recently. He asked me to keep an eye out for it and return it to him if I locate it. Sister Amalie told me that she hears Artemis and Apollo come to confession more than any of the other younger folk in town. She'd like to believe their intentions are pure, but I know the twins are mischievous and may have ulterior motives. They getting drunk on the wine, maybe? What you 2 are doing? You steal wine and then go to the forest and get drunk? I don't know. Possibility. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. I'm not gonna say this. Any luck finding the tabernacle key? Alas, no, it remains out of reach. Sure, it'll turn up eventually, Father. Yes, as the Lord see fit. In the meantime, I shall keep looking. Knock and the door will be opened, after all. God bless you, Magdalene. Don't trust you, Thomas. I'm not gonna help you. Still don't trust him. I don't trust his ass. Hey, Paul, why are you so interested in hinges? Morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Well, I think I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing and the Romans. Well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. Trust you'll take the council's opinion on the matter into account? Of course, Paul, the mural's for the entire town, not just me and my father. I'll listen to you, but ultimately the decision on what paint lies to me. Couldn't decide what should be on the mural for months. I'll stick to my own decision, thanks. I'll listen to you, but ultimately the decision on what to paint lies with me. Of course, you're other craftsmen in this endeavor. Or craftswoman, as it were. All I ask is that you keep the Lord in mind. The mural's for Tassing, but we have others to appease as well. Sure. Thank you, Magdalene. Anyway, glad that the mural's coming along well. With my sudden questioning about it. Been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. I didn't think council work was all that serious. Maybe you should take some time off from the council. Is the council working on something new? Let's ask this. Considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing, the idea has had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. New ideas always face some kind of opposition. I don't think you should let that stop you. You can understand the utility of the proposition, but it might feel like a nuisance. Can't imagine why. I'd certainly love it if my neighbors nose their way into my house every year. Getting pushback against something you want to do. God, how horrible it must be for you. Your point is taken, Magdalene. We agreed to let you paint the mural. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. Better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Till later, Paul. Paul's changed a lot. Quite different. Can I get down to the Roman ruins? Couldn't you? You used to be able to get down to the Roman ruins from here, but... now, no? Snow's creeping down the mountains. Yeah, you can't get down there anymore. Interesting, yeah, because there's a path right here that leads to it, but it won't let me go. Interesting, interesting. Well, you know what? Let's pet Sub. Sube? I don't know. Hello, good puppy. Oh yeah, and someone did mention in the comments, Ulriki is actually pronounced Ulriki. I'm guessing that is how it's supposed to be. Instead of just Ulrich, it's like Ulriki, which is cool. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. A lot of things. Oh, look at the toy horses and the pinwheels. Bunch of art. Cool. Nothing else going on in here? At least the gun is gone. What do we do? We bury that with Linhart? Okay, I think we'll head out to the meadow now, and with that, I've explored most of the town. You know what? No, let's go check out the Golden Hand really quickly. I want to be able to say I've gotten most of the town taken care of. I love watching the violets bloom every year. They match the purple of the mountains. Let's go check out the Golden Hand real quick. Just to make sure. Hannah? Hello, Magdalene. How's your father? Unwell still and getting worse. Is he eating? You must make sure that he's eating. I know the season makes it difficult, but he needs the best of what you have in storage if he's to heal. I'll send Nico over with a few of our good apples later. I'm sure Klaus would appreciate the visit. I'm very grateful to you both. Well, it's mutual. Your father has done much for me and Miko these past few years. He even counseled us in our, Never you mind. Your what? Oh, it's only that... well, your father is a learned man in books, yes, but in matters of family, too. You're proof enough, I should think. A respectable young woman like you, raised all alone. You're talking about... because, Nico, yeah, you were having problems with your marriage. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought up your mother. I know it still hurt Klaus. I wish I'd had the chance to know her. All I have of her is what others told me. She lives in you. See it in your stature and your mind. She's still here with us. You've grown into quite a woman, Magdalene. Hope you find a happy marriage with a man worthy of the woman your father raised. Suppose we'll see. Don't find the offerings of Tassing to be worth much. Don't I get any credit for who I've become? Well, we'll be nice about Klaus. Suppose we'll see. As God wills it. Ah, but that's enough talk for me. There's work to be done. The end doesn't run itself. Till later, Magdalene. Till then. Alrighty. And is that Werner? That's Werner. Yep, Samuel's not out here. It sucks I missed the opportunity to talk to Samuel. Would have been cool. I'm surprised that's the only real opportunity you ever had to talk to him. What are you looking around for, Nico? Magdalene? Werner? Magdalene. Tell me something. Alright. Why was I cursed with a life in Tassing? Yeah, okay, well here's the bitterness coming in. What does this pathetic little hamlet have to offer a man like me? Tell me, Magdalene. You're drunk again, aren't you? I don't know, what is it you think you deserve? More than you have to offer it, which is nothing. I was destined for the court of kings. Not a town full of peasants who churn out more of themselves than the rabbits in the meadow. A town where craftsmen, learned men like myself, Baltus, and your father have their minds wasted. God, you're just a prick like Linhart. At least you're drunk. In a few decades we will be dead and Tassing will forget us all. God doesn't care. He never cared for me. He deserted us when the Abbey was destroyed. If he even exists. You've had too much, Doctor. You don't know what you're saying. You don't deserve this place if you can't see its worth. Dr. Stoltz, that's blasphemy. I don't really care if that's blasphemy. You don't deserve this place if you can't see its worth. Just a gaggle of fools and churls. You know, I've tried to do what's best for all, but none of you listen. It's only argue, argue, argue. You, Klaus, Jorg, Baltus, gah. Still can't believe you're working with him. You should be at home looking after your father. Pick herbs or whatever provincial remedies you still hold to. Do something you're fit for. I'm going to do nothing less than exactly what I want. I'm doing what's right for the town. And what are you fit for? Drowning yourself in beer all day? You bit. Yeah, that's right. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? You want to catch that goblet across the head, you little... No, you're trying to provoke me. I won't rise to it. Yep, give me a big hick. Hick. I'll never find a husband with that attitude of yours, girl. How do you know I even want a husband, jackass? If you're the kind of bachelor I could expect to choose from, I should become a nun. See, this is why I picked oh god, what is it? Prickly Briars? I think it's Briars. If you're the kind of bachelor I can expect to choose from, I should become a nun. I'm a good man, damn you, educated, important. Oh yeah, keep telling yourself that. I could have any women I wanted, if I cared to try. You're so pathetic. You'd be a hideous nun anyway. Bitch! Everybody is around here saying I look great. Everybody's saying, oh yeah, everybody'd be lucky to have you in their household. Don't even try it. Don't even try it with your old drunk ass. If you're determined to be an asshole, I'm gonna leave. Let's just roll our eyes. You're not worth it. Tongue-tied the moment someone talks back. Surprise, surprise. You're determined to be an asshole, I'm gonna leave. I have a mural to work on. Do what you want, Magdalene. Just don't ruin the mural. Not that it matters anyway. Okay, sit up here and drown in your alcohol, you salty bastard. My god. Okay, bye, I guess. Shit, I know I'm hot. I don't need your approval. Alrighty, well... I guess we're gonna go ahead and end this episode of Pentiment off here. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.